Welcome to Beyond the Games, your daily insight into Guernsey 2023. Proudly sponsored by SG Kleinwort Hambros Bank Limited, Guernsey branch and Jersey branch.
In 2003, Steve Yates was delighted to win gold in archery in front of joyous home fans. Now he is the team manager and hopes the whole island will get behind the games, just like it did 20 years ago. Yeah, could you just explain to me how important the Island Games is for the sport of archery?
It's really important to us because apart from our local shoots and a couple of shoots in Hampshire County, really we don't get a chance to shoot against people outside the island. So it's a good chance to test ourselves against the wider world.
I guess it brings a step up in competition, the level of competition as well. Absolutely,
and I think it's certainly a step above the county championships as well. So it's a very good test.
And is there any islands that are particularly strong in archery?
Well, we're not sure because we haven't shot in the games for 6 years, so we're not sure where people are. The Faroes are always very strong. Gotland, Shetland, Jersey, a little. We're not sure, but there's always a few that are really up there.
Has that break from the games as well? What does that mean for the sports in terms of the team and who's in the team? Because obviously it opens opportunities for people that might not have been there before.
Yeah, it's great that it's a home games. It gives us more opportunity. So we're entering probably for the first time ever a full team of 16, whose ages range from 14 to someone in their 70s. But we've got a full team because we haven't got the expense of having to pay to go a long way away. So we can give people the experience of shooting in the games without having that big expense. So it's great for that.
And a good learning experience for those younger competitors as well. So.
Yeah, we've got out of the 16, we've got 7 debutantes this time. So it's really good.
And you handing over any advice to them as well as we get closer?
I certainly will be, yeah. We're having sort of regular training sessions as well as our normal club sessions. There are differences to how we normally shoot because we've got head-to-head shoots and knockouts and team head-to-heads. And so there's different formats of shooting which put different pressures on people.
And the longevity of the tournament as well, does that play a factor with fatigue?
Yeah, we're shooting for 5 days. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's 5 days of shooting. On a bad day, we'd shoot for a full weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. So it's a little bit more stamina, a little bit more concentration, and but I think they'll be fine to get through it.
And home advantage, what does that bring with it?
Well, obviously we're down at the Rovers at Portsmouth, and we're well used to shooting down there. I don't think you ever get used to shooting in the breeze. It's always a challenge for everybody. But it's nice to be home with familiar surroundings. And of course the home support is a big factor. Even though when it's not a sport that you can kind of cheer people on, it's just nice to know that there's people down there supporting you.
And I guess it can be quite a compelling sport to watch in terms of it's slow, but that builds tension and drama in itself.
Yeah, I think it's different from, a sort of running around football type sport. It's a bit different to that. It can be tricky to watch because you can see people shooting, you can see there's a target, but you can't always see where the arrows go without binoculars or something. So it's different to watch. It's not quite the same as an action sport.
And there's some technical innovations to help with the spectators as well.
Well, we're hoping to try and set some sort of things up, especially for the finals. And we'll have a few scopes for people to borrow and spotting scopes for people to borrow and things. But yeah, hopefully we can try and enhance that spectator experience a bit.
I'd like to take you back a little bit from your archery career as well, because you've obviously had experience of the games. When was your first?
I did my first games in the Isle of Wight in 1993, so I did 10 games as an archer, I think.
And you got any particular standout moments from that time? I mean, what does it mean to you?
Well, my big moment was I won an individual gold in 2003 in Guernsey, and it's always been my favourite games, not just for the gold medal, but just for the support and the atmosphere. I'm sure it's going to happen this year as well, but in 2003, a whole island was behind the games, and I remember the opening ceremony, along the seafront, that was just lined with people, and I've never seen so many people in town in my life, and everybody was cheering and giving us support, and that makes a big difference. We've been to other islands where we've walked into a shop in our tracksuit, and people have asked, "Well, what are you here for? What's happening?" And they just didn't even know there was something on. So I think the big thing is with Guernsey is everybody gets behind it.
It sounds like, I mean, even speaking to you now, I'm getting excited. It's great to see it coming to fruition. And a good opportunity as well for the sport to be more in the spotlight than maybe it has been in the past, and to build on that momentum after the games.
Yeah, it's not a typical, top sport, certainly in Guernsey. We've got about 45 to 50 members. But, we bat above our weight, really. We're quite good. We've got county champions. We've obviously got previous medal winners at games. And yeah, if it promotes a bit of interest, there may be people that want to give it a go. So we'll see what we can do about that.
And for you, what is it about archery that you love? What's kept you involved in the sport?
I think it's the friendliness of the sport, where we all get on pretty well. It's just that it's, for me, the shooting bit. I'm still shooting competitively, but not for the games. It's that challenge. You're challenging yourself every time you shoot to shoot better, to shoot them closer to the middle, to get a better score. And I know in the games you have to compete against other people, but generally you're just shooting against yourself to try and improve yourself. And every day you just try that little bit harder.
Beyond the Games, proudly sponsored by SG Kleinwort Hambros Bank Limited, Guernsey branch and Jersey branch.